Hey guys, it's Dan, your host here at Dan's Reviews, and today we're going to be doing our weekly predictions video for next week's episode of Fear the Walking Dead Season 4. This one's going to be for Season 4, Episode 12, which is called Week. I almost said 11. So, this episode looks pretty good. It actually does look pretty good. I'd say this is probably the best looking episode so far this season. This episode looks good. We are finally not getting a bottle episode. We're getting a Naomi and Althea episode, probably mostly, to be honest. And then we're going to get Morgan and his little group. So that is awesome. That is awesome that we're going to go between both groups, because I am sick and tired of these bottle episodes. They're driving me bananas. And to see that come to a close, at least for this episode, is a really good thing. So, yeah, even just having two groups is better. It just is, because then you can have two awesome storylines going on at the same time. That's really cool. So, first we'll talk about June and Naomi. Same person. Duh. We're going to talk about June and Althea, and then we'll talk about Morgan and his group. So, let's talk about the characters we haven't seen for a few episodes. So, June and Althea. So, looks like something happens to the truck because somehow they find the truck again. She's like, my truck or whatever. So, I don't know. It's kind of interesting in this promo. It seems like something happens to the truck and something happens with Althea because it's I don't know, something. It's people have been saying something happens with her and like her health or something. I don't know. It's kind of weird. People have been saying that, and it's been written in like descriptions and stuff for this episode. So we'll have to see what's going on there with Althea and just what happens with her in this episode with her truck and other stuff like that, and just what happens between the two, and if they find their way back to the others is a really good question. So that's the stuff with them. So then we got the stuff with Morgan and his group. Now this is kind of cool. We've got Morgan and of course this new lady or whatever. And she's like, you should be careful. It's like, oh yeah, that's not creepy, So yeah, Morgan's just kind of like, what? He's kind of, he's like, okay, and they're pretty much what they're doing. They're trying to find the fear group. They're going back and they're going to try to find them. I'm wondering in this episode, the biggest thing I'm probably guessing for this episode, the biggest prediction for this episode I have is that we'll probably see Morgan meet up with these two in this episode is what I'm thinking. I could be seriously wrong. I could really be wrong, but I see it happening. Because, they could have both of them being separate during the episode, and then by the end of the episode, somehow they cross, paths or something like that. I don't know. So, one more thing, too, in this promo, we get to see Morgan on a water tower, which, comic Easter eggs for Father Gabriel in the Whisper War. I won't, go further with that, but people that read the comics, So, yeah, that's kind of cool, but anyway, really cool stuff for sure. So, Morgan in the tower kind of trying to see if anybody's there, that type of deal, trying to get a good signal, that type of deal. And you've got, Naomi/June who's trying to contact John, which it looks like she's still not able to. So, we'll have to see when John shows up, if that's episode 13 or 14. Where the heck Luciana is, too. So, those are some characters we haven't seen yet. And then whether or not we're going to see Alicia in the next few episodes as well with Charlie. But she did just have her episode, so I don't know. We'll have to see, but cool looking episode. Looks decent this week. We'll have to see what happens with Morgan and if they meet up with Naomi or June, and Althea, and we'll just have to see what goes down there. So, basic predictions for this week's episode. I think this is going to be an alright episode. I think this episode probably looks just about as good as episode 11, or maybe slightly better, because we do have two groups in this one, so that's that's a bonus for sure. This one is also your midway episode for the second half. After this episode, we'll be halfway through the second half, so that's really cool stuff. And then we'll be on to Walking Dead, so which I'm way more excited for, obviously. But yeah, cool stuff. So anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out.